Good evening, friends. It's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. And tonight we're talking about, should I shrink or should I grow? Should I shrink or should I grow? And this topic is brought on by not only clients and participants who I'm working with, who are at a crossroads of really having to decide, like, what do I really want? What am I doing this for? Because listen, sometimes the going gets tough. And that's not just a cute saying, right? Like, it gets tough, and then it gets tougher, and then it gets tougher. And every time it gets tougher, it causes us to weigh the cost and the benefit of this path we've chosen. I can feel that myself. If I think into, I feel like I actually have momentum right now. I'm in a really good spot. I'm very aligned, but you see that's the tricky part. Like, life is a game of expansion, and so just as I'm getting comfortable here, I'm now able to I can see the next horizon, right? And when I think about that, I'm like, do I want to go there? I don't know. I don't know if I want to go there. And the question is really shrinking or growing. Like, why would I not want to grow? Why would I not want to go there to the next horizon? When you start to see something, when I start to see something about what's next, I have this idea that is your soul letting you see what's available. Otherwise, you wouldn't have seen it, right? You would have glazed right past it. Your reticular activator would not have picked up on that at all, but it did. And you're like, that's an interesting horizon. And then you're immediately met with the panic or the fear or the exhaustion of what it took to get here. Just what it took to get here took something. And then you go, man, I'm exhausted. Do I have what it takes to go there? Like, I might be able to maintain what I have right now, but can I grow to the next thing? I don't know. And this is the real predicament, because you all have in your life expanded to the place you are now. And it took something to get here. Wherever you are, it took something to get here. And then something new comes along, a new horizon, and you're met with the same question, like, do I have what it takes? Do I have not only the energy that it takes to go do that next push, to grow into that next push, but not only do I have the energy, but do I have the skills? Do I have what it takes? And of course, the answer to that is not right now. You don't. Right? No, you don't. Right now, you don't. But that is the next push, isn't it? Like, the next push to take on that horizon is for you to develop those skills and the mindset's required to go there. And that's where things start to get pretty spicy, right? Like, you have to start to make some real decisions and confront yourself about, like, now listen, well, let me finish that thought. So confront yourself about, do you want to grow or do you want to shrink? Shrink or grow, right? Whatever. Now I can hear some of you saying, well, I'm content where I am. What's wrong with that? If staying where I am, why is that shrinking? Why is it just growing or shrinking? Why isn't it growing or being content with where I am? Okay, that's fine. I hear that. I get that. I just think that the soul is wired to expand. It's why you keep getting new ideas, new goals, new things. And what I think we can wrap our reasons for not growing, like, I'm content. We can be very evolved about how we choose to stay small or stay where we are. Fine, we don't have to make it small. If that feels too judgy to you, fine. But we can have these very evolved excuses about staying where we are. I'm not really making it wrong. I'm more pointing to the place where you could get honest, even more honest about what is causing you to stay where you are. Is it really that you don't desire growth and something new? Or is it that the weight of the idea of going to the next horizon is exhausting to think about, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. That would be probably a more honest opinion. Because if I said, like, look, if I could show you the way to get there and I made it really easy for you, would you want to grow? And you'd probably say yes. Yeah, I want to grow. If you could have this money, this house, this life, this marriage, this health, this whatever, this philanthropy, this legacy, would you want it if I could make it easy for you? And you'd say, yeah. So, but do you see, like, there you go. Like that, I just pulled back the curtain on the excuses. So do you see how we have these really evolved ways of justifying where we are? Like we're like, no, I'm content, Chris. Why do you have to make it about growing or shrinking? Like, don't shame me for wanting to stay where I am, Chris, right? You don't have to make it about shrinking. I'm just content where I am. Okay. And if it were easy for you to have the things in life you wanted that you don't have yet, and I made a path for you to have it, would you have it? And I think your answer would be yes. Which just exposes that you do want the next horizon. I want the next horizon. I just wonder if I have what it takes. So that's it, gang. Like, that's it. That's end of this episode. All there is to do now, the homework in this, all there is to do is to begin to have a very honest conversation with yourself about the pain points you think are in your way of growing. Like, what do you tell yourself when you look at that new horizon? What do you tell yourself about why that's going to be hard? Is it a skill set? Is it a mindset? Is it money? Is it time? Is it energy? And all of that exposes your current level of thinking. By the way, you won't get to that next horizon in this current level of thinking, right? In this level of thinking where I think to myself, that's a lot of work. I don't know if I want to go there. Yeah, that's a lid. That's a lid on my growth. And it's going to require a new way to think, a new way to see it, so that it occurs as an opportunity and something that I actually want to do. So I say this, here's why I'm saying this to you, right? For the rest of us in this tribe, I feel like we're called, we feel called to make a difference in the world. And that will always stretch you to step into what's next for you. It will always stretch you to grow. It will always stretch you to grow. And I'm identifying places where I feel intimidated by the next horizon. And I'm having to get honest about that because it's easy for me to stay coasting in where I'm at because I finally got to a place that feels, this is good. I like this. And now I can see the next thing coming. I'm like, oh man, not the next thing again. But that's my current level of thinking. Do you see? Like, in order for me to continue to experience life to the fullest and to make the impact I'm really here to make, I have to switch that. I have to open up that mindset to what will it take? Who would I have to be to go there? And I don't have that answer for you yet. I'm in the space of confronting the limiting beliefs. And I'm simply sharing that in this episode so that you can see what it sounds like. Then you can see how evolved we get in our excuses for staying small. And small is relative. Yes, I get that, right? Maybe you're not small compared to where you used to be, but it's small compared to what you're capable of. So that's it. I bring you this episode to bring you face to face with the things that are standing in the way of you going to the next level. What limiting beliefs have you put in your way? And if you could acknowledge them, if you can see them and point to them, you might be able to create something new. Thanks for hanging out with me in this episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. Until tomorrow when we post again, here's to you growing, not shrinking.